So today we are reading another important topic in the renal system. It's Unit 5, Chapter 29 in Guyton and Hall. We will just be reading the topic, and then when we have a summary ready, we can make a summary of that topic. So, importance of pressure natriuresis and pressure diuresis in maintaining body sodium and fluid balance. One of the most basic and powerful mechanisms for control of blood volume and extracellular fluid volume, as well as for the maintenance of sodium and fluid balance, is the effect of blood pressure on sodium and water excretion, called the pressure natriuresis and pressure diuresis mechanism respectively. So effect of blood pressure on sodium is called pressure natriuresis, and effect of blood pressure on blood pressure on water is pressure diuresis. So, as we have discussed previously, this feedback mechanism between the kidneys and the circulatory system also plays a dominant role in long-term blood pressure regulation. So this system is not only maintaining the extracellular fluid sodium concentration and extracellular fluid volume concentration, but it is helping in the regulation of blood pressure as well in the long term. Pressure diuresis refers to the effect of increased blood pressure to raise urinary volume excretion, whereas pressure natriuresis refers to the rise in sodium excretion that occurs with elevated blood pressure. Because pressure diuresis and natriuresis usually occur in parallel, we refer to these mechanisms simply as pressure natriuresis in the following discussions. So we have a figure 2911 which shows the effect of pressure. We can show this figure. Here is the 2911 figure, which shows the effect of pressure, arterial pressure on the urinary sodium output. Note that acute increase in blood pressure from 30 to 50 mm of mercury cause a twofold to threefold increase in urinary sodium output. This effect is independent of changes in activity of the sympathetic nervous system or of various hormones, which such as angiotensin 2, antidiuretic hormone, or aldosterone, because pressure natriuresis can be demonstrated in an isolated kidney that has been removed from the influence of these factors. With chronic increases in blood pressure, the effectiveness of pressure natriuresis is generally enhanced, because the increased blood pressure also, after a short time delay, suppresses renin release and therefore decreases formation of angiotensin 2 and aldosterone. As discussed previously, decreased level of angiotensin 2 and aldosterone inhibit renal tubular reabsorption of sodium, thereby amplifying the direct effects of blood pressure to raise sodium and water excretion. The figure is showing the effect of increase in arterial pressure acutely and chronically. So if the blood pressure increases acutely, there is increase in the urinary sodium volume output. So there is increase. And this increase in the urinary sodium output acutely is without the effects of hormones like aldosterone, angiotensin 2. But in chronic conditions, this increase is with the help of hormones as well, because this effect, the acute effect, can be seen in kidneys which have been denervated. So we will discuss it in detail when we read this other topic. Pressure natriuresis and diuresis are key components of our renal body fluid feedback for regulating body fluid volumes and arterial pressure. Then we will make a summary and we will summarize this topic.